Oh, yeah. Okay. This is it. This is thrilling. Today is an official town hall meeting with mayoral candidate Sage Lewis. And believe it or not, that's me. No one's more surprised than me to find myself running for mayor. I'm not surprised. Surprise is a big word. A little sad that I'm like, you know, this is the thing. Here's the thing. I imagine okay, people are in distress, right? They're distressed in a movie. What they do is they get on their phone and they call up the Justice League and they're like, holy crap, things are a mess out here. We need real help. And the Justice League is, please explain your emergency. Well, everybody's dying. Everybody's overdosing. There's murders everywhere. Our city's $1 billion in debt. I don't know. We can't afford water. And they're like, wow, that's a lot. Okay, yeah, that's a lot. Can you help, Justice League? And the Justice League, oh yeah, we got just the guy. We'll send him right over. And it's me. I'm like, I have arrived. And they're like, where's Batman? Batman's busy. Actually, he's on vacation. He's had a lot going on. Superman? No. Superman is actually in another universe right now doing things. But I'm here to help. And they're like, well, what's your superpower? Well, I got a lot of superpowers. I'm loud. I sort of know how to use this technology stuff. You know, look at me. I got cameras everywhere. And I got a lot of crazy ideas. They're like, oh no. We're doomed. And I'm like, I know. You didn't even get the B string of superheroes that maybe made a cameo in a movie somewhere. You just got me. You didn't know that there was a level of me at the Justice League. But we're here. We're here. We're in the basement. And they're sending us out in droves. Guys like me everywhere. Loud with crazy ideas. But here's the thing. Things are a mess in Akron. Can I get a hell yeah on that? Can I at least get a hell yeah? Let's start with what we know. Okay? What do we know? Here, I'll show you what we know. Here, maybe you didn't hear, but this guy died. Murdered even. He was murdered. Says today we mourn, this was yesterday, this is the Freedom Block put this out. Today we mourn the murder of Jalen Walker by the Akron Police Department and offer our condolences and compassion for the family of Jalen. So Jalen Walker was definitely shot many times by the police. I think we can agree on that. Jalen Walker was shot many times by the police. We're estimating at least 60 times. I'm not laughing at, I'm laughing at the absurdity of shooting somebody 60 times. As you watch my campaign, you're going to see me laugh at inappropriate times, but it's only because I don't know what else to do. The shock and horror of the world is absurdly comical. That's maybe not the right, it's absurdist. It's unbelievable madness that this kind of thing goes on. Let's see. North Canton Police lasso. Did you see this thing? Look at this thing. North Canton. Okay. They're called bolo wraps. Hold on. I have to watch a frick. Okay. No, I don't. Oh, wait. Here. Watch. So, wait. Where is it? So they got this thing. Okay. They got this thing. And there's a video of it. But hold on. Do I have to watch a half frickin'? Okay. It's only 13 seconds more of this. Why do they make me watch a half-minute commercial for a 15-second video? More? Planned Parenthood. Okay, good. Got it. Here, let's watch. Okay, hold on. Wait. Where's the desktop audio? Great. Oh, awesome. Just freaking awesome. Hold on. Properties. Speakers. I think it is. I changed it, of course. Where is it? Yeti. I think it's this. Let's try this.
To control people not following commands or in crisis. That device is called Bolo Wrap.
Bolo Wrap.
News 5's Bob Jones shows us how it works and why the department believes it's an important option.
Bola.
He says bolo. Sorry.
It sounds like a gunshot,
Bam!
but looks more like a lasso
It's like Wonder Woman.
that can wrap around a person's legs or arms.
Yeah. Bam! Look at that guy.
It hurts. It'd be like maybe you feel like you're getting hit with a fly swatter.
Patrick
fly swatter.
DeOlio, North Canton's director of administration, volunteered to be wrapped.
Now I do want to see this guy run. I want to see you in running with the bolo wrap.
Which admittedly is startling.
It's scary. It
He looks wrapped up.
really is. It happens in such an instant that you don't realize. Other than the loud bang, the next thing you know, you can't move.
You're
North
bolo
Canton has
wrapped.
invested about 16 grand in the restraint technology.
Okay, 16 grand. Don't forget, $25 million in parks.
Which Sergeant Cody Dollinger says uses a cord, metal anchors, and barbed hooks.
The cord then wraps around
Literally a Batman device.
the individual, and those hooks dig into the clothing, and it gives us a temporary amount of time.
Okay, so just so you know, the bolo wrap is out there, okay? I doubt Akron has the bolo wrap. I doubt it. I doubt Akron has the bolo wrap. But I'm just saying there are options for shooting instead of shooting someone 60 times. Are you leaving?
I am, but I have something to say.
You do. Are you participating in the
Yes, I'm sorry I'm not online.
That's okay. If I will translate if they can't hear you.
I went to a lecture or like a
This is my wife, by the way.
Copley
Copley
Police
Police.
were showing off their new toys.
What did they have, Copley Police?
They have a GPS tracking device that they shoot onto the car they're pursuing.
GPS, they shoot it on the car. And then
they
what?
Let them go.
And then they let them go.
Pick them up later because they know where they went.
It's literally like Batman has supplied all the things.
All these police departments that don't need these toys
Yeah.
have them.
Yeah,
Why doesn't
Copley,
everyone have this?
Copley has a GPS you shoot onto a car, she says, and then you don't have to chase the guy around. You got him on GPS. You got him on GPS. I mean, look, I think it's hard being a police officer. I will yell at the police. I'll yell at anybody. Don't get me wrong. You should know as mayor, I will yell at anybody. Except usually the normal people. I don't usually yell at people, the people, because they're the ones being abused in countless ways, even rich people. But I will yell at the police. I will yell at the Catholic Church. I will yell at the homeless services. I'll yell at anybody. I'll yell at anybody. Here, look, this guy, I got endorsed. I got endorsed by this group called, what is it? This group is called MLE Media. They write, he has proven that he's not afraid to buck the system when he feels the system is wrong. I don't see Sage Lewis playing ball just for the sake of politics. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. Now, also, this is my first endorsement. I love it. I love it. If I had to compare Lewis to another politician, I'd say he's a mix of Donald Trump without the racism and Jimmy Carter without the meagerness. To that, I say, you really think I'm like Jimmy Carter level? You can see, I mean, Jimmy Carter is thoughtful. He believes in helping those in need most. He has no problem saying exactly how he feels, rather, whether, I think it was a typo, whether people like it or not. He's an off-the-cuff, off-his-rocker candidate, and I believe that's what Akron needs. The most sane choice for us, the city of 2023, is seemingly a man not 100% sure, I'm not 100% sure, is sane himself. I mean, what is sane? Look, I'm on 40 milligrams of citalopram. I'm on an antidepressant. So right there, is my sanity is in question. And may I say I've run out and I'm a little on edge right now. I got to get more. Here's the thing. I cannot be a politician. I mean, by running, I'm technically a politician. Politician in my mind equals liar. Politician, liar. Same words. They're synonyms. When you say the word politician, just switch out the word liar. Because what happens is they get a taste of it and they love it. They love it. People are licking their boots. They're getting like amazing health care. They're getting paid to do bull crap all day. They love it. They love it. I mean, even frickin' Donald Trump wants back in. He didn't like it at first, but now he can't get enough. Can't get enough. My plan is 2 terms and I'm out. I'm going to go the George Washington route. I don't want to be a politician. Look, I rather yell on Facebook. I rather do this. I rather clean up trash for homeless people. I rather actually get something done. But here's the thing. I literally do not see anyone coming to the plate. Okay, now wait. I mean, there is a man I like. He's a conservative. I don't know that he'll win because we don't usually vote. We haven't voted for a Republican mayor in 30 years. I don't think we've had a Republican in city council in 20 years. Christopher Anderson, a young man from the military, like him a lot. Very cool. African-American, conservative. I know several conservative African-Americans that I really like. Really like them. Hispanic. I don't think I know any Hispanic conservatives, but that's just because I don't happen to know many Hispanic people. If I had more exposure to Hispanic people, I'm sure I would. So, but at any rate, and I'm not going to get into the details of politics because I think it makes a lot of people's eyes cross and like they're just like, whatever. But he's going to be on the ballot in November of 2023. I'm going to be on the ballot of May 2023, which is actually, believe it or not, that's the primary, and it is the most important ballot. Because statistically, we are not going to vote for a Republican in Akron. We just don't. Honestly, I think we should get rid of the primary in May because it's all a lie. We have people saying they're Democrats in city council that everything they do represents Republican initiatives, which is fine. I got no problem with that. Look, we're all just here because we have ideas, right? Right? We're all here because we have ideas. And I mean, look at Marx. Everybody thought that guy was a genius. Socialism, communism. We haven't figured out how to make that work yet. How about the neoconservatives? They went into Iraq with a small military. They thought it was a slam dunk. They literally used those words, slam dunk. Ha! Longest war in American history. We all just have ideas, okay? And there's no telling what the ideas are going to actually look like, how they're going to end up manifesting themselves in the real world, okay? Now, the other thing about me is I got a lot of ideas, just like you. And you're not going to like some of my ideas. You might not like all of my ideas. Or most of them. How about this? If you don't like all my ideas, you should vote for anybody else. I'm hoping we can find some common ground. Okay? I'm hoping we can find some common ground. Now, may I say, I see a few people here and I'm loving it. If you want, you are welcome to comment in the comments. If you have, hey, you could say, hey, Sage, I want to talk about this. And we can talk about that. If you want, I also have a Zoom room. You can go over to Zoom and you can join me there and you can talk to me. Here's the Zoom link. You can do that. You can go there. You can, I think, wait a second. Oh my gosh. Oh, there's Michael. Hey, Michael. Jesse Ventura. Ah, there you are. Hi, Michael. I'm sorry I missed your comment. I don't understand why I can't see comments. Oh, there we go. There it is. There it is. Okay, there we go. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Let me get you here. Michael Long. It's good to see you, Michael. I believe, Michael, you wrote that article. Jesse Ventura is the only person I can think of that came in and did what needed to be done and walked away. Yeah, there you go. It's intoxicating power. Power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely, as they say, okay? It's addictive. You get elected and you don't have to do anything for 4 years if you don't want. And you don't even have to tell anybody. You're elected. I have no aspirations for national politics. And when I run for governor, you can pull this video up and I'll have to spin that back like some slimy politician that I'll have become. I do not look. I'm 50 years old. I'm doing this because I believe in local politics. I, who think probably too highly of myself, believe I am of a higher caliber than local politics. I think, like, you take somebody like Shamus Malik, who I love, and I'll yell at him too. I yell at him all the time. I like to go on Facebook and say, fuck you, Shamus Malik, just to make him shiver. I believe I'm going to live on Shamus Malik way because he's going to become a senator. This is just a stepping stone for the likes of the intelligent, smart people like Shamus Malik. That guy is on his way up. He made $50,000 running for city council in Akron, which is amazing. That's amazing. I don't think he even spent any of it. I think it's just sitting in his bank account. I believe in local politics. I believe everything is local. I have fallen in love with helping Akron. And Akron, I think there are things we can come to common grounds on. Like, for example, Akron is a shitstorm. Okay? Did you guys watch the show 20 years ago, The Wire? If you haven't watched The Wire, I recommend The Wire, one of the greatest shows ever created. The writers of The Wire wrote, they have a new show out called These Are Our Streets. It's about police officers. I watched some of it. It's kind of painful. I'll probably finish it, but it's good. It's very good. But they wrote in I think a New York Times article, they said, they literally said this, that was written, The Wire was written for, I think, Baltimore. And they literally said this, but we could have written it just as easily in Akron, Ohio. They literally said Akron, Ohio. They could have picked any city, but they picked the words Akron, Ohio. I spend a lot of time on the street. I love the street. I love it. I love the people on the street. I love the innovation, the creativity, the energy, the people. I love it all. And what I'm here to tell you is the street of Akron is as bad as any street in any city in America. Just smaller. It's just smaller. That's it. Okay? The guns are ridiculous. There are guns everywhere. And I'm here to tell you, a major gun dealer into Akron is the Hartville Flea Market. Because here's the thing. Flea markets and gun shows do not require background checks. So anybody can get in their car, drive 20 minutes down to the Hartville Flea Market and buy a gun, no questions asked, from one of the vendors at the flea market. They don't have to write down the name. They don't have to do anything. And if you feel like that's too, like, that holds you back too much, you're like, well, I don't even want to do that. Just meet the guy out in the parking lot and he'll sell you the gun out of the back of his car. That's where most of the gun sale deals go down, in the gun shows, in the parking lot. If I have a gun, I can sell it to anybody. Anybody. Now, before you're like, oh, he wants to take our guns. Hell no, I don't want to take your guns. I carry a gun. I got a CCW. And just because you don't need a CCW, I think you should still go do the class. Because a lot of people misunderstand this stand your ground law. They don't understand a lot. I'm actually a supporter of removing the concealed carry requirement, because concealed carry just made it more difficult for low-income people to carry a gun, because you have to pay for the class, and then you have to go in the class all day. Who has time for that? Who has time to go to an 8-hour class? Rich people, that's who. So I support it. I'm glad we don't have the concealed carry requirement. Okay? I'm glad. I think it's going to make life harder for police, but I'm a supporter of it. I am a 2A and 1A to the death kind of guy. I support both. I'm absolutely positively against all this cancel culture. I think led by the liberals. I think trying to get rid of guns in America is just setting us up to become Iran. What liberal woman, may I say, that just lost their abortion rights in Ohio, in their right mind wants to get rid of guns? Because the way I'm seeing it, Ohio is going to make it illegal to have an abortion at gestation. That means the morning after pill is done. Okay? And if the morning after pill is done, you know what the Catholic Church is going to support? Contraception banning. Okay? Eventually, this is going bad places in my mind for women. I think that women should get guns. I think black people should get guns. I think gay people should get guns. The conservatives have all the guns, and they now are running the country. They are super smart. They're super smart. They have figured out how to gerrymander everything. People are like, that's unconstitutional, and then nothing happens. The conservatives are smart, and they have the guns. Okay? Us left-leaning people just yell at each other about, it's complicated. I'm not going to be friends with him because he doesn't like one of my ideas. Cancel, cancel. And meanwhile, the conservatives were getting that shit done. You need a line in the sand where you decide to go to war, okay? I've got my line, and I'm not telling you. But I'm here to tell you, look. Let's see. Thomas Jefferson on making the government afraid. I love Google. They'll know. There, this is it. This is what it says. This is it. It says, when the government fears the people, there is liberty. When the people fear the government, there is tyranny. Okay? Liberals, you gotta own that. You are getting played so hard. Now, you might be listening to me if you've never heard this before, and you might say, is that right? Is that doing? Oh, hold on. Okay. You might say, okay, whew, so I was looking at your video and I was like, man, maybe I'm not even showing them the right video. You might say, oh my God, we can't hire this wacko conservative. I am not conservative. Now, I support gun laws, or not gun law. I mean, I support gun laws. Yes, of course. I would like, there are loopholes I would like to close. I am a gun dealer. I'm an auctioneer gun dealer. Okay? I would like to see the loophole of flea markets and gun shows being closed. Okay? Why the hell can I go to a gun show or a flea market and buy a gun at any time, no questions asked? I don't even know if I have to show my, like if I'm, so I know as a gun dealer, I know that you can't buy a handgun when you're under 21. Could I go to the flea market and buy a handgun if I'm 18? I don't think they check anything. I think they just hand you the gun. I know of no laws, no requirements to sell a gun at a flea market or a gun show. Okay? I think that's wrong. I also believe that individual people should be able to run background checks when they sell a gun. You can't do that. Now, I have said it time and time again. If you individually sell a gun, I will, as a FFL, I don't even know what that stands for. Firearm license, federal firearm license. That's what I think I have. Federal firearm license, FFL. I will run the background check for you for free. You call me up, you're like, hey, Sage, I want to sell this gun. I'd like to see if this guy can pass the background check. I run the background check for free. And then you know you sold it to somebody who passes a background check. Do you know how many people have taken me up on that offer? None. Zero. Zilch. Zilchy zilch. None. So I would like the option for somebody to be able to easily run a background check. Do I want you to be required to run a background check selling a gun individually? That's getting a little fuzzy. I don't know. I don't think so. But the reason I support guns is because of this Thomas Jefferson quote. When the government fears the people, there is liberty. Okay? I am a leftist. Okay? I am very libertarian. Now look, I'm not a professional in what a libertarian is. This is what I mean when I say a libertarian. Your body, your choice. I don't give a crap what you do with your body. It's your choice. You want to kill yourself? Go right ahead. You want to sell your body for sex? Go right ahead. You want to eat Tide Pods? Go right ahead. It's not on me. You want to ingest meth or fentanyl or dope or whatever the hell drugs you want to ingest? Go right ahead. It's not on me. It's your life. Okay? I think that statement alone makes me left. Okay? I also believe in I believe in some sort of universal health care. Like, health care is ridiculous. I pay $1,000 a month for health care on the Obama plan so that I can pay for every single doctor visit I go to. How messed up is that? Ridiculous. Ridiculous. What else do I believe? I believe we have to decriminalize or make drugs legal. I believe on the war on drugs is a huge aspect of why our country is in chaos. Chaos. Because we are taking low-income people, a lot of times African American, and giving them a felony. Do you know, if you have the smallest speck of meth on you, the smallest, just take the smallest amount of meth you could possibly imagine, and you get caught with it, instant felony. Instant felony. It's on your record for life. Okay? Now, I don't know if you know anybody with felonies, or if you ever had a felony, but I'm here to tell you it dogs you for your entire life. People run background checks and you get disqualified on certain jobs. People, housing, they want people that don't have felonies. If you have two candidates, okay? One has a felony and one doesn't have a felony, and you're allowed to choose based on that, who are you going to pick? You're like, boy, they're both great, but this guy doesn't have a felony. Okay? A speck of meth. And then you could be like, oh, well, Sage, you shouldn't have meth. Then I come back, not my issue, bro. Do whatever you want, man. Do whatever you want with your life. So, I believe that we need what, I like, one of the things I like in particular, hold on, I was just looking to see if anybody wrote any comments. Hold on. Live producer. Okay. Michael says, anytime the country declares a war on something, it ends up being the citizens who are the casualty. Bam! Bam! Says Michael. I love it. That's right. And oftentimes, it's the poor citizens, the low-income citizens, okay? The low-income citizens that become the casualty. All right? I believe we need to find a place in society for everyone. Okay? I believe that there's a lot of people walking around America that feel like they have no place in America. That's what I believe. Let me give you a little anecdote. In case you don't know, I support homeless people. I just shut down my second major camp. I technically had 3 camps, but it's a long story. I shut down my second major camp the last couple weeks because I'm being sued by the city, and may I say the city is trying to make a law. They hate it when I say it that, but it is a law that I will never be allowed to put up a tent anywhere in Akron ever again. It's like going to be called the Sage Lewis tent law, I think. Sage Lewis is never allowed to put up a tent anywhere in Akron ever again. Can you imagine? I'm not joking. That's the issue they're trying to do. And why? Why? Because they said this. We don't want to have to keep litigating this over and over again. Oh, I'm sorry I bothered you while there are human beings freezing to death on your street. I'm so sorry you have to do your job in your cozy building, and what a wah. They're probably watching right now. I actually like them. I like most people. Look, the lawyers are there to uphold the law. The judges and magistrates are there to uphold the law. I get it. That's their job. But who is there to help advocate for the person that has no shelter? It's not the homeless service providers. I haven't seen them. Yeah, right. It's a war on tents, Michael. Exactly. It's a war on tents. Unbelievable. I hate it when that happens. Michael says something funny, then I get easily distracted, and then who even knows where I am? I don't even know. So look, anyways, the whole point is that, oh, I know what I was saying. Not even the homeless service providers help them. Look, I had this camp up for a year. Do you know how many homeless service providers from the continuum care came to my camp? None. Zero. Zilch. None. I'm the guy from the Justice League that showed up to help the homeless people, and I feel bad for them. Just like when I'm going to be your mayor, you're going to be like, oh my God, this guy? This is what we have to choose from? Dan Horgan, who just wants roundabouts and parks while our city burns, and then Sage? Because literally, I'm pretty sure that's what it's going to be in the primary, which is the only election that matters. If Dan Horgan wins the primary in May, Dan Horgan wins. Don't even bother going to the general because the Republican is going to lose by a landslide. I'm sorry, Christopher. I'm not dissing you. I'm just telling you how it is politically here. I like my friend Christopher Anderson. Look him up. Very interesting conservative. Like him a lot. We have different ideas on how to get from here to there. We have a lot of similarities, honestly. He really focuses on the people. He's a very interesting guy. So, I have so many things I want to tell you. Anyways, you got to know that I'm going to fight for you. I am angry and outraged by a system that only protects the system. Do you understand what I'm saying? When I go into these courtrooms, and I've gone to multiple courtrooms trying to be able to shelter even one person, they are there to protect the system. And then what they do is they go into their little book and they're like, nope, can't do it, done. And then I'm like, well, where are they supposed to go? And then the answer is, that's not our thing, Sage. And they always seem so nice. They're always like, oh, I know, Sage, this is a hard problem, but that's not our department. And then I'm like, whose department it is it? They never give me a name. Do you know one time I had a camp and it was muddy. It was cold and muddy, and these people were living in the mud and dirt. And this person in a totally decked out like military vest came out, just the whole gear from the Humane Society. And I'm like, oh, hi, can I help you? And they're like, we hear there's a dog here that could be in danger. I'm kidding you. I'm like, a dog? Yeah, we got a note that there's a dog here that might be in danger. We need to go check on him. I'm like, okay. And I knew whose dog it was, this woman, Stormy. I can't remember the dog's name. What was the dog's name? I can't remember. Sweet, sweet dog. I'm literally walking by people in the freezing cold and mud to get to the dog. And the person goes into the tent, like, can I see your dog, ma'am? And she's like, yeah, sure. And they're like touching the dog, petting the dog. Are you a good dog? And a good dog. Oh, you're a good dog. Oh, yeah. And they said, oh, this dog looks healthy. And they left the dog. And I'm like, do you have anybody like this for the people? Because that's awesome. You have it for the dog. I'm so glad you came to check for the dog. But I don't know if you noticed the 20 people you walked by to get to the dog. Anybody like that? No, because I guarantee if they felt that dog was not in a safe, they would take him away. Now, I don't know where they take him away to, but at least they take him someplace. Michael says, the only option I've seen in Akron is the Haven of Rest. From what I understand, requires you to attend religious services to have a place to sleep, literally force religion on people to have a place to sleep. That is correct. That is correct. Now, I always put a caveat that says, I am thankful for the Haven of Rest, because without the Haven of Rest, yes, Veronica. Hi, Veronica. Veronica says they care more for animals. And may I say, thank God. Thank God somebody cares for something around here. There's a councilman that I think, you know, he probably doesn't see eye to eye with me. What's his name? But he always is talking about the dogs and the animals. I'm like, that is so nice. I'll get you his name someday. But yeah, he like advocates for the animals. I'm like, great. I'm so thankful somebody's advocating for something somewhere. But back to Michael's. The only men's shelter in Akron is the Haven of Rest. There is no other place for men to go. Okay? The Haven of Rest requires you to, Jimmy to the, hi Jimmy, that's right. The Haven of Rest requires you to go to services 3 times a day. That's 21 services a week. If you do not go to the services, you do not eat and you do not sleep. And Jimmy adds, don't be wearing shorts when you go to the Haven of Rest. You'll be turned away. That is true. That is true. It can be 100 degrees outside, and if you're wearing shorts, you will not get a place to sleep. Now, again, I am thankful we have the Haven of Rest, and I know people personally who have gotten a lot out of the Haven of Rest. Indeed. What I'm here to tell you is there are people that have been thrown out of the Haven of Rest that have nowhere to go. If you're not in their work program in the summer, you are only allowed to spend 4 nights a month at the Haven of Rest. There are Muslims and Jews and atheists who can't go because I don't know if you've heard of this thing in America called freedom of religion. Okay? It's a real thing. Okay? You as a city cannot solely outsource your homeless services to an extremist religious organization. It can't be legal. This has to be unconstitutional because I'm here to tell you there is one place you can go as a man homeless in Akron, and it's the Haven of Rest, where you have to pray 3 times a day to a Christian God. It's not like a bunch of gods. It's one Christian God. Okay? Personally, I think it's bad strategy. I've seen a lot of people get turned off by Christianity because of this forced Christianity crap. But whatever, it's not mine. You do you. I'm glad you're doing you. I'm glad we have the Haven of Rest. But it's got to be unconstitutional. Because here's the thing. I got sued because I was sheltering people on my land. They then moved to other places and brand new tents, by the way, brand new tents provided by people like you. Okay? Provided by people like you. Within 2 days, the city found them and put up a 3-day notice. And on the morning of the 3rd day, they came and threw away all their belongings. All their belongings. There, let me show you. Let me see if I can find, why? I just want, yes, thank you. Let me see if I can show you a video of a friend of mine by the name of Jeff. Okay, hold on. Jeff, come on, Jeff. There he is. Here we go.
What the city just did to you?
Well, the city of Akron, when they put us out the other day, I packed all my stuff and I kind of moved it and ducked it off in the front, which I had no idea they was going to take and bulldoze everything in and left me with nothing.
So they threw you out of here, and then you went and tried to find another place to put a tent, and a
Yep.
few days later they come and they bulldoze it and they take everything.
Yep.
And what are you left with? What belongings?
This shirt, this pair of pants, and these shoes I have on.
You have a shirt, shoes, and a pair of pants, and they took everything else.
Took it all. Got it all. I don't have nothing else to put on. I haven't even had to shower in a couple of days.
So there you go. So this is wrong. This is wrong. But when I go to the courts, the only thing they see wrong is me illegally sheltering people on my own land. Okay? So we're at an impasse here. And this is a direct result of the Dan Horrigan administration. Okay? Dan Horrigan wrote an op-ed about me. Okay? Dan Horrigan op-ed about Sage Lewis. Yeah, here it is. This is entitled While Sage Lewis Postures by Dan Horrigan. Look at here. In the first sentence, he had, at this time in his career, he had written 3 op-eds. He had been in office for about 2.5 years. I am not often compelled to pen op-ed pieces, but the current narrative and public posturing by Sage Lewis. He comes after me. And the recently transplanted slick, out-of-town lawyers from the Institute of Justice need to be addressed. And then he goes on to why I suck. Now, you need to know that I'm an idea guy. I am an entrepreneur. I come up with ideas. From the very beginning, my camp in my mind was a concept car. You know, when you go to like a car show and they have those really space age crazy cars, and then they're like, oh, well, that will never actually work in real life, but we'll take that part. That's what I was doing. I was like, look, I don't know if you know this or not, but there's homeless people that have nowhere to sleep. So I brought them over to my place. And the answer I got was no. Now, that was shocking to me. Whoa, oh my goodness. James. Hey, James. All right, James is here. Okay, he's on the Zoom. I love it. Okay, hold on. I'm going to mute you, sir. Give me 1 second. Okay, all right, James came on. Hold on, James. So, anyways, so my first Zoom person. This is what I want you guys to do. I want you guys to go on Zoom and then talk to me, and we can talk about this stuff in person. Okay? So at any rate, I'm going to go to James here in just 1 second. But my whole idea was, hey, man, we have a problem. I'm here to help. And they said no. Not like, oh, well, thank you. Even that's a terrible idea, but we'll go from there. Nothing, just no. And it's been no for the last 6 years. Okay? James, how are you, sir?
I'm doing good, Sage. How are you?
Good. Man, thank you for joining me.
You're welcome.
What brings you on today?
Well, it's kind of actually funny because I actually didn't mean to. I was just watching your live, and I actually didn't mean to hit the button. I was just getting everything ready because I got to pressure wash the house. But
okay.
Since I'm on here,
yes,
and viewers, so your viewers don't interact
right
much with the homeless.
Right.
as I do.
Right. And do you want to say what your relationship is?
My relationship is I help out the homeless.
Right on.
I will be homeless in about a week.
Okay.
But the mental illness I have experienced in the last week, the mental illness of homeless people.
Mm,
And it is a very, very big problem, and they are not getting the help that they need.
yes. Yeah. So you're probably talking about people over at our place, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And you are a wonderful help. You helped me on my Christmas outing, when I slept over on Christmas Eve. You've been a great friend to the homeless. And what I want to point out is James is saying he's going to be homeless soon, and you work all the time, right?
Yes.
So you're not like, a lot of times people are like, oh man, these homeless people just need to get a job. You have a job.
Yes.
Can you don't have, you can say, I don't want to talk about it or whatever, but can you, if you're willing, would you give a brief explanation of why you're going to be homeless?
Well, because me and my ex broke up and I moved out, and I moved in to a house that's a friend of mine that her mom died and it was empty, and she wanted security there to make sure nothing happens to it. Well, it is finally done, gone through courts, probate, and everything, and going on the market next week.
So you're just out.
Yeah.
Yep. This happens a lot, that evictions happen, things happen. I have a friend who got a voucher, a homeless woman that had been homeless forever. Her house burned down that she had gotten in. Her house burned down. She's out. She's back on the street. So there's a lot of reasons.
And if she got vouchers, the Red Cross probably gave her, I don't know if she had children or not, but the Red Cross gave her only $350, may have been a little more since 2018.
Mm-hmm.
And she also was eligible for a furniture voucher from Core Ministries that when she found a place.
So you're saying when there's a house fire, the Red Cross comes out and they give you a gift card or a debit card for about $350.
Correct.
And so if you can go and find a motel for say $75 a night, which is a pretty good price these days, I mean, even if you could do 50, that's 6 nights.
Yeah.
Then
that's it.
You're done.
Yep. Done.
So yeah. So if you can't find a place to live, find a down payment, deposit, and a place to live, and there's housing shortage in Akron, in 6 days, if you found a $50, that's just saying if you did find a $50 a night hotel, you're on the street.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that is, I think these are things people don't understand. There are a lot of hardworking people that find themselves homeless, at least for some time. And I'm sorry you're experiencing that. Do you want to, you came in talking about mental illness. Do you want to talk a little more about that?
I'm really not too familiar with mental illness. I know there's a lot of depression, everybody there has depression, but I don't know the one guy's name, but I don't want to mention no names.
Sure.
But me and you both know who we're talking about.
Yep, I know.
There's at least 3 people that I know of that have real bad mental health issues.
And this is interesting that you bring this up, James, because the person that I think we're talking about, I believe predators, people that prey on his mental instability, abuse him and take advantage of him. And these are oftentimes homeless people themselves. But yes. The streets can be incredibly cruel. because there are these people out there looking like, so for example, if a person has a disability check, a lot of times they're disabled mentally and physically, and they're easy targets.
Yep.
And they know exactly the day the money goes on the card, and they come in and they exploit the person and they steal their money.
And then they're gone until the next month.
Until the next month. And they can take it, they can get it, almost all of it.
There's one guy in particular that, now that you bring that up, there's one guy that I feel so bad for. He's in a wheelchair.
Yep, I know.
And you know, and all he does is roll around a 3-block radius.
Yep.
And that dude, every time I see him, it comes to my mind. I know for a fact, without anyone telling me, I know 150% that he gets taken advantage of 6 ways from Sunday.
I completely agree. And he has friends, but I would imagine almost all of those friends are taking some of his money.
They're not friends.
You could be right. He has a check. He has a muscular dystrophy. He can barely talk. He can barely push the knob on his wheelchair.
Yeah.
And I think you're right, man. I think they're taking his money. I think they're taking his money. They do it with all these people.
I experienced my first time 3 nights ago, my first time someone stealing from me.
Really?
Yes.
What did they steal?
So on my passenger side of my truck, there's nothing over there in the door worth anything at all. It's all garbage. It's all basically there. You know, I like to test people. So it's basically their testing.
Yes.
So I know who I can allow in my truck and who I'm not going to.
Sure.
Well, there was a debit card over there that in a portable hotspot from T-Mobile that they were both done, discontinued, no good. The debit card's no good. It's nothing on it, can't use it, anything. It's just junk. Yeah. So it was over there. I let 2 people in my car. One female sat next to me, and the other dude sat on the other side. Well, when I took him somewhere, and then I took him back to your place, and as we were going back, I heard him fumbling over there and everything. Well, I let him out. I pulled out onto Kent Street, went down over the tracks and pulled over, and went over there and looked, and sure enough, it was gone.
Gone, huh? Yeah.
Yep. I know exactly who it was, and that person will never be in my vehicle again.
I'm glad you know. I lost a DeWalt drill last week.
Wow.
Yeah. And you know who? I don't know who it was, but I'll tell you who the group was. It was a group of people I was taking down to the needle exchange. So I had like 4 people or something in my car.
And then when you came back, I was there, right?
Yep.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that trip when you came back.
Yep. And so it's brutal out here. It's brutal.
Yeah.
James, I'm going to wrap up, but this was awesome. You made this much more interesting. Thank you.
I appreciate help any way that I can, and I have to get to work.
All right, James. Thank you, brother. I'll see you later.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
Okay, buddy. I'll see you, man.
All right, bye.
Bye. Oh, how exciting. That was so fun that James got to come on the show. That's it. That's what I want. That's the whole dream. So here's the deal. I'm going to be running these. Oh, wait, there's new comments. Let me get the comments. Jimmy. Oh, yeah, that's about the shorts. Then Jimmy says, how do you change that? That's ridiculous that the city could bulldoze belongings of the homeless. All Dan Horgan is worried about is how does it look? Let me fill you in. The Mayflower debacle. Sometimes the city answer to the Mayflower is bringing in crooks from out of state. That's right. I say crooks because the things these people do to seniors and disabled people. Yeah, they're trying to get the poor people out of the Mayflower. I'm grateful for my home, don't get me wrong, but the price I and 232 others have had to pay is beyond belief, and I can tell you that the list of homeless on our streets of Akron, a good portion of that list were left homeless as a direct result of the city's decision to sell the Mayflower to these people. Jimmy, are you living in the Mayflower? There was a story in Cleveland.com back in 2017 about the sale, and none of what they said the city and the new owners is true or materialized. The city really stooped low on this one. Absolutely, they're trying to get low-income people out of the Mayflower. Absolutely, they are. And you are. Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Would you be willing to say how much you pay? Or you don't have to. Whatever. You don't. I mean, I don't want to put you on the spot. But it used to be subsidized housing. I don't know if it is anymore, but what they're trying to do is they're trying to turn it into high-end housing. That's what they're trying to do to the entire city, in the inner city. They want to make it a place, they want to make it an urban bedroom community, 25 a month. Okay, good. Yeah, so you're paying based on ability to pay. And are they trying to get you out, Jimmy? Are they trying to make you leave? Oh man, I got to wrap up. I'm only allowed to do an hour. I put it on a podcast, and anyways, they try to keep me to an hour. But I do want to know if, do I have time? No. Can we do it next week, Jimmy? Please come back, Jimmy. I want to talk to you so bad. I want to talk to you so bad. It'll be right around this time, 9:30 on Thursdays, and then I'm going to do other in different hours too. Okay? People, I love you. And the reason I want to be mayor is because you deserve better than what you've got. I can't promise you that I'm going to fix all the problems. Maybe I'm going to make it worse. I don't even know. But I know one thing. We all know this. The definition of insanity, you know where this is going, is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. And that's what the moderate Democrats have done for the last 30 years. They've run these cities into the ground because they keep doing the exact same things over and over again. And the thing that I'm going to bring to Akron is change. We're going to try new things. Some might work a little bit. Some might be terrible. Some might work. We might find something that actually works. I don't know. But the reason I'm doing this is because of you. Because the people I see out here are so amazing, so incredible. Like my friend James that was on there. What a great guy. What a wonderful guy. Homeless, such a hard worker, so helpful, awesome guy. I am doing this for you. And you gotta believe that, because that's the truth. Douglas Collin, get out. Douglas Collin says, I'm on board to help your campaign. Wonderful. Okay. Douglas, I will say this. Would you please go to my website if you haven't done this and sign up for my mailing list? Okay. Please. Will you, anybody that wants to know more, know when we're doing more of these, would you please go to my website and sign up for my mailing list so I can send you updates on what is happening, okay? The way we're going to fix Akron and America, honestly, is together. Stop looking at our differences, start looking at what our commonalities are, and work in our commonalities. The Democrats and the Republicans absolutely are doing the opposite. They are trying to divide us to get your vote. They're trying to make enemies out of your neighbors. It's terrible. The worst. They suck. These politicians are evil. They don't care about anything other than their own power. And they do it at your expense. You are murdered. You are exploited. You are run ragged with jobs that don't pay a living wage. And they're all doing it for their exploitation. Yay! For their power. Thank you, Douglas. People, I do love you. You gotta know this. I love you, and I am here to fight. And if there are some things that you got to know about me, you got to know that I will fight. You've seen it, right? You got to know that I support the people. You've seen it, right? And you got to know I'm not going to go along just to get along. I'll fight with anybody I believe deserves need fighting with, which is pretty much every single system. They're all corrupt and broken. They all need reformed. I am not an anarchist. I'm a reformer, and they all need reformed. I don't want to abolish the police. I want to fix the police, for God's sake. Come on. I know a lot of good police. I also know some shady ones. Anyways, I love you. I love you. I love you. Please, let's work together. We can make this city the city that we deserve, which is an incredible, beautiful place. Okay? I love you. I love you. I love you. Bye.